So what about the sociological changes in culture? What are the differences right now? So families viewed differently today than it was many years ago. Obviously, families were historically expected to stay connected thick and thin, right? No matter what, that you were going to be in it for the long haul. Although estrangement, contrary to what a lot of people believe, that this is a new phenomenon, it is not. It's just that we're talking about it now. In fact, interestingly, my mom was estranged from her sister. We never used the term, and I hadn't realized until not too long ago that that was the case. It was an estrangement, or it's just that due to the stigma, I believe people were less likely to talk about it. And plus, with the advent of all of this information, we can go on a phone and in less than 5 seconds get all the information we need. So I think that has a lot to do with how widespread information of estrangement is. But anyway, so the second point is, what about guilt and obligation? Past generations would feel guilty if they weren't involved, and then they understood, hey, there's an obligation. I have got to stay involved with my family, and so they wouldn't think of leaving. Okay, some did, there were those that did, but for the most part, that was the overall thought about staying in a family. And in our current culture climate, we have this idea that, hey, if it doesn't feel good, I'm not going to be in a relationship. So it's okay. I am not caught up in this idea of being obligated. No such thing as thick or thin. If it's not good for me, I am out. And it's not always beneficial for adult children to remain close to their families. And here's why. If there is abuse, and there are situations where adult children have been abused, they're going back into a situation as though they'd have to receive more abuse and maltreatment is definitely not safe for them. And so that is the best thing for them to do. What about mental health and therapy? We hear a lot about that. Well, it's the adult child. They're the ones that are ill. And because of that, we have to now look at it in terms of just that thing. And adult child has mental illness, and the parent is basically okay, everything is okay. And I would venture to say, yep, if there is mental illness with even one, and we don't know all the time, sometimes people go untreated with things like what everybody has experienced, depression and anxiety. But what if it's a severe mental illness? This can really impact whether a family can remain intact. Things like schizophrenia, certain personality disorders, bipolar disorder. These are very, very strenuous on the fabric of a family, and it really makes it difficult for them to stay together. But